One of the most dreadful natural events that leave strong marks in humanity's memory are tsunamis. Also known as tidal waves, these gigantic waves caused by sudden and massive disturbances in the ocean release a tremendous amount of energy, displacing large volumes of water. Today, let's take a look at 5 tsunamis that have marked human history. Lisbon, Portugal, November 1st, 1755. On a sunny morning around 9:30 a.m., the city of Lisbon was shaken by a massive earthquake. Reports say the tremors lasted up to 7 minutes, although the epicenter of this earthquake was estimated to be between 120 and 185 miles from Lisbon. The destruction caused was immense. Modern studies suggest the earthquake reached a staggering 9.0 on the Richter scale. The earthquake generated waves up to 30 meters high. The tsunami hit Portugal, Spain, and Morocco, causing great destruction and thousands of deaths. It is estimated that the number of victims in Lisbon reached 60,000 people, representing about a third of the city's population at the time. Krakatoa, Indonesia, August 27, 1883. With eruptions beginning on Sunday and reaching their peak in the third eruption on Monday. An eruption so powerful that it launched debris up to 100 kilometers high. The sound of the explosion traveled about 5,000 kilometers, signaling that the worst had happened. The explosion's sound traveled a mind-blowing 5,000 kilometers, a stark reminder of nature's raw power. It was felt around the world. This cataclysmic event altered the climate, reshaped landscapes, and forever changed the way sunsets appeared. Along with the explosion, the island disappeared due to the high temperatures at the eruption site and tons of water filling the hole. The water immediately turned to vapor, causing gigantic tsunamis along with the large amount of water displaced by lava, rocks, and other debris expelled by the eruptions. Houses, cities, and villages were destroyed by the waves and completely inundated. Waves of 40 meters devastated the islands of Java and Sumatra, causing thousands of deaths. It is estimated that the number of victims exceeded 36,000 people. Kamchatka, Russia, November 4, 1952. On November 4, 1952, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake in eastern Russia generated waves up to 15 meters high, causing great destruction on the Kuril Islands and the Kamchatka Peninsula. After the earthquake, a sense of calm settled. The weather was clear, revealing the destruction, but thankfully, no injuries were reported. In an apparently calm atmosphere, looking out to sea, a wall of water was seen approaching, accompanied by a loud noise from the direction of the sea. People who saw it threw themselves upward and shouted to run to the hills because the water was approaching. The first wave was not so high. It was a little over a meter, flooding and destroying the houses closest to the sea. 10 to 15 minutes later, the waters began to recede, and people returned to pick up their belongings and remaining items. A fatal mistake. The waters receded, but soon after, a devastating tsunami with a height of 10 meters hit the city. It was the end for most of the population. That morning, in addition to Severokurilsk, large waves also hit Mussel Bay, Onekatan Island, and the Pirikov and Olga Bays in Kamchatka. But Severokurilsk was its main victim. In a matter of minutes, the entire city was destroyed, along with its population of 6,000 people. Afterward, for days, the waters brought corpses to the beach. It is estimated that the number of deaths exceeded 10,000 people. Sumatra, Indonesia, December 26, 2004. On the morning of December 26, 2004, everything seemed normal for another year-end when suddenly the earth violently shook beneath the Indian Ocean. 160 kilometers west of the island of Sumatra in Indonesia, the Indo-Australian tectonic plate slammed beneath the Eurasian plate, triggering a massive 20-meter seabed displacement and a monstrous earthquake registering between 9.1 and 9.3 on the Richter scale. This earthquake was one of the most intense ever recorded. But this was only the beginning. The worst was yet to come. In less than 30 minutes, the tsunami, with waves up to 50 meters high, hit the island of Sumatra, catching the entire population by surprise. The waves destroyed houses, buildings, boats, hotels, and everything else in the region. Over 170,000 people died that Sunday morning in northern Sumatra. Several countries in South Asia, especially Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand, suffered great destruction due to the enormous waves. It is estimated that the total number of deaths exceeded 230,000 people, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in recent history. Japan, March 11, 2011. 7 years after the terrible event in Sumatra, Indonesia, Japan experienced a similar event. An earthquake with a magnitude of 9.0, 130 kilometers east of the city of Sendai, shook the country, causing widespread destruction. At 2:49 p.m., 3 minutes after the earthquake, a tsunami warning was issued. Initially, it was believed that the waves could reach up to 6 meters high. About 20 minutes after the first warning, a second alert was issued, predicting that the waves could reach up to 10 meters, but the tsunami was already too close. Half an hour after the earthquake, the waves reached the coast of Japan. Boats, cars, and houses were swept away like toys by the water that entered the city. The earthquake, followed by the tsunami, left a total of 15,853 dead and 3,282 missing. In addition to the fatalities, the event also resulted in the nuclear accident at the Fukushima Daiichi plant. The entire base of the plant was flooded, and the reactor cooling system stopped working, initiating the largest nuclear disaster since the explosion at Chernobyl in Ukraine in 1986. These were all horrifying events that left an indelible mark on human history. Due to these events and advances in technology, improvements and methods of prevention and identification of changes in nature have been enhanced, providing greater security for humanity. Thank you for watching. Please like and share.